Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow YouTubers. Welcome to another edition of Airy Sky Read Elise video blog. I'm Airy Sky. A little tired, but it's okay. So I've been doing some research. Chloe wants to get a digital camera. Now, I'm all for a digital camera. That's not a problem. What I am having a problem with is trying to decide what camera would be best for Chloe. And so, where'd my dip can go? It's not 1,000,000 things, it's another million things. Here it is. So, Chloe and I were talking about cameras, okay? We're trying to figure out what camera would be the best for Chloe, and so that's something I was working on tonight. I was telling Sister Pee-wee, Sister Pee-wee was watching a video, we were all joking about I was doing some research off and on. I kind of get boring in these videos. That's why I do them so long, and then it burns me out, and, Sister Pee-wee, she's great. She said that, she doesn't know it gets tiring. Well, maybe she does. But anyways, sometimes people think I'm boring, So tonight I was doing some research on cameras, and Chloe's like, well, I want to get a camera. And I thought, you have the money, why not both of us get into photography? We're going to be running all over the island. We might as well, right? Well, there's a little kicker there. Yeah. This turns around, and we're talking about, cameras. And I'm going to show you a couple things, or talk to you about it. So I was doing some camera, I know I was talking to, I don't remember his name. No offense, Pee-wee, if you're watching this later. I don't remember your husband's name. I know his name's Fumble, and that's what I'll go by. And we were talking about cameras the other day, talking about YouTube cameras. And, I only use my webcam because it's in my laptop, but, talking about cameras, for example, right? There's like all these different cameras, and, the old man says, oh, you just need what's in your phone. The other old man said, someone else says, oh, you just need to spend, like $120, right? Oh, you got a 20 megapixel, you're fine. 20 megapixel, most of these are 20 megapixel. Then you get into the 16 megapixel, and then there's 20 megapixels. They're like, oh, well, you have super zoom and all these new advances, and they're talking about these ones, like, go get one of these Canons, and, they look okay, but the higher you go, I mean, literally, you can, like this one has 1,300 for, $1,300, and it has the same equivalent to a DSLR, and you're paying less. You're paying more money for this than the DSLR, and I figure get some stuff you can get into various lenses, and then you got the old man again saying, well, get a Nikon, oh, you 16 megapixels. It's all you need, if you have anything more, you're not going to print it out and all this crap or carry your phone along. So I was looking into all this crap, right? I was actually looking into all this crap, right? And anyways, they got like point and shoots, and there's some of these point and shoot ones that you look at, they look like DSLRs, or they're using like different crop sensors and stuff, but thing is, they look just too expensive, so I was sitting there, and let's see. All right. Market slavery. Oh, well, whatever floats the president's boat, don't care. So then I was looking at cameras, and, you get these cameras, and they're like, oh, well, you need this and that. And I was doing some research, and, there's various cameras. Well, a beginner camera would be $449, and you get a camera with two lenses, because they're discounting them. You can get the T7i, which has got the same everything. The only difference is it has a movable screen. Hello, Gail. Well, I just got a message from Pee Wee. Recently. She was watching one of my older videos. I said I'd come online for a couple minutes. Before I go back to movies. I've been loving the idea of being topless, on the bed. Topless is the way I keep cool right now, being in the, did I even turn the oven off? Maybe I need a group home. Let me go check, But anyways, so I'm doing research off and on cameras for Chloe. That's something I just want to talk about tonight, I'm telling you, the lobster was fabulous. I can't. Hold on. You got a few pieces of pellets in here. Eat them. The bunny's looking at me like, uh-oh. Mom caught on. Uh-oh. Mom caught on. So, anyways, back to the cameras. So I was looking at cameras, for Chloe. And, one of the research things I was doing, was standards. You got like the Canon the T7, and then you got the T7i, right? Well, the problem with the cameras is the fact that you have so many things, right? So you go ahead, right, and you go ahead. Let's see. And you look over different things, and 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 so you go around, right, and Chloe's like, yeah, I'd like to get a camera, and and so turn around, right, and I'm doing research for her, and you look around, and they're like, oh, we can give you this or that or the other, and it's interesting because you can still get some good deals on cameras. And so when you look at all these prices, what's available, et cetera, and so I was looking at cameras, and something with a bag, that would be perfect, and it's not too expensive, and so because I've been looking at the lenses. And so, got all these people, and they're like, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that. And to me, oh, here we go. And so I'm looking at, the lenses, and, and so many people are like, oh, you should do this and should do that. And, I found some good, decent lenses, but, trying to find, what needs to be done. They're like, well, this one does this, this one does that. You could start building a thing on lenses, but you don't know what you truly need to do. So I'm doing all this extensive research, and instead it's like, you got Canon's cheaper than Nikon, but Nikon, they say their lenses are Chinese made, and the Canons are something else. So to me, I'm like, what is a good deal for lenses? As lenses go up, and you go to online, and it's cheaper. I mean, I looked over the price range of lenses, right? You can get some good basic lenses here, right? You buy a T7 and then load up with lenses every few months and get some really good lenses. Whereas Nikon, for example, let me show you Nikon. And there's a video creator kit. Yeah. Here's Nikon. Nikon basic camera lenses. So basically, the Nikon camera lenses, right? I was hoping Pee Wee would help. Pee Wee would have given some advice on it too, because you got Canon and you got Nikon. In Canon, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14 lenses you can buy for the Nikon basic cameras using the F mounts. Whereas if you get the and then they tell you what's FX and then they tell you what's DX, so you got like 14 here, but if you look at Canon, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, approximately 25 lenses you can use with your various cameras, depending on the research. Yes, I agree completely, Gail. It's 14 compared to 25. I mean, literally, they're not bad. There's hundreds of lenses, but you got to basically look at the big picture of the lens spectrum, for uh, um, lenses itself,
I have on the walk,
Yeah. And so, and then these people say, oh, if you want to do this, you do that, you do this, Nikon's better. But let's talk about the problem with the problem with the lenses. For example, I can go over to all right, so there's 896 lenses. Now, if I go over here and I select Nikon, there's 171 lenses, but then you got to go through the filters. So, for example, Nikon. So you go APS-C lenses, see? So then it turns around and you go through it, right? And they're selling, well, 48 lenses, basically. So you go low to high.
Where's the gray can?
Right here.
No, you like the green better than the other one?
No. I like the original one better than the green one. The green one's okay if you're really in a dire pinch and you need a dip. And so, there's just,
All right, Poppy.
so, you look at these, and, you can find some decent, affordable ones as long as they're not refurbished. But the higher you go, the more money you go. It's like what you need, what you don't need. So it's like it keeps going up. So eventually, you get to the point where you're paying for, you know, and it doesn't literally tell you, what brand is what, how come, etc. What's it good for. So you got to do research on every little lens. The higher the lens is, the more money it is. You want it this zoom to this zoom, and why this does this, and it's just it's you look at your price range, you're like, no, I can't pay for it, or I don't want to pay that kind of money, and so you're stuck with um, again, you're stuck with the price. And if you choose Canon, for example, and then literally, it's just really confusing. Like here, so I said there's 25 lenses in the book. Probably 5 are discontinued, but if you go off of low to high, right? They got a lens kit where you get a 50 millimeter and a 24 millimeter, and it's like $350. Otherwise, you the 1018. That's what it is. So you're saving $380. So you're saving $30 by buying the lenses in a kit and a pack. So it's like you got to look at everything you're willing to invest in and figure out, how much you're paying, why you're paying it, what do you need that for, and it's, it's also based on, what you want, and, um, you know, what you need it for, so to me, I'm like, and then you got cheaper ones. It's USA and imported cheaper, and So to me, I'm like, it's just you got so many choices for lenses. Oh, this is bestseller, so let's just go low to high. So they're giving us 20 types, and it's based off of price, and so the higher you go. There. So you look at these prices, and it's, I don't know, the higher you go, the more money you pay, and so, they're just giving you, you know, what would be good lens wise, what wouldn't, and they don't give you any ideas, when it comes to, you know, they don't give you an option, of different lenses. They're like, oh yes, buy this or buy that, and so you got to figure it out, and that's the real problem. The camera is easy to figure out. I could go and look at this and say, oh well, the T7's good. No, what if I want to go with something uh you know different, you know because 770, I mean, 770 is the same thing, they're all on the same thing except for the 7D. Everything else is, you know, so I figured, Canon, but still it's confusing because, Chloe wants camera yet. We don't know what lenses we need. So, it's like trying to pull a needle in a haystack. I wish someone would help me out with lenses, at least for this Canon or the Nikon, because frankly, I feel lost in the dark starting out with just a basic lens for Chloe, and so it's been really, really hectic, and our beloved sister P was talking about tonight about how it should be busy Friday nights. Well, it depends if you want to see me drunk or not. Usually I got drunk the other day, and well, Chloe and I both did, and let me just say, Chloe can be a handful, okay? Yet the problem is, in my opinion, and I'll tell you this out of love. Some people need to just stand their ground and just leave everyone alone, I mean, literally. There's people out there, that, you know, don't understand things. And, as I told Sister Pee Wee, it's been very well a blessing because, you know, um, you have, I do worry about my moderators, okay? I do worry about, my moderators, Pee Wee knows, but there's nothing I can do about it. So, for example, I worry about Brad and Ivy, wondering how they're doing. But you know what? My, drunkenness or not drunkenness or just being a little buzzed or tipsy, I will always speak the truth, and the truth hurts. And frankly, when someone said they stopped watching Chloe because Chloe's talking, suicide, she's never done it yet. So technically, the thing is, if they want to blame me for the triggering it, I got more triggers than you can shake a stick at, literally. Chloe basically attacked me tonight verbally about calling the coronavirus COVID, because I call COVID. She's like, coronavirus. I mean, literally, she's got a lot of triggers too, so I'm let you know to handle Chloe. It's not kosher, literally, it isn't kosher. So Chloe and I were talking about the everything going on, and and it was just, some people got, upset, and it's like not my problem, I mean, literally, I don't like to offend people. It's just I really am trying to get things moving, and it's sad. And then someone says, "Ooh," and, it's like I try to offend people. I don't. And then Chloe thinks it's a blessing that we don't have moderator Brad around or moderator Kimmy around or moderator Gail around half the time. Let's do Gail. Or moderator Pee Wee around. And then she tells me as long as no one's around, that it's a blessing because I don't have to deal with these quote unquote closed opinion dipshits, And she doesn't mean moderator Pee Wee or you, Gail, or dipshits or Kimmy. She was talking about some of the other people, like, she was talking about moderator Brad to me privately about trying to hook up her cousin or whatever, and it's like, you know. And then there was someone else, and so she's like, the way it is was funny, and so Chloe's like, you know, And so it was funny because so yeah, I mean, oh yeah, well, she doesn't mean any harm to anyone, Gail. She was just fucking venting to me, She doesn't want me doing these videos for so long, and I don't blame her, but I get nagged all the time about certain things. Like, can you do research on cameras? Can you do research on my computer? It's like, yeah, give me some time. I mean, literally. I mean, she's out walking Moppy, so. But yeah, we were talking earlier. I won't go into details, but me and Pete, we were talking about child support. And I love Pee Wee dearly, and we were talking about child support, and she said something about child support, and I said, well, the context of the story, Gail, is so I can correct it here. Is Chloe's dad never paid child support for any of his children. He basically flew around the world, did everything he could to avoid paying child support. He didn't want to be found. And then one day he decided he wanted sex change after he banged too many girls. I'm all pregnant. Now he claims he's a woman and he can only give birth instead of banging women. I mean, he's really fucked up in the head. Hi. What's up, huh? Come here. Come here. There we go. How you doing, huh? Let's just leave him up here for a while, everyone. What do you guys say, Let him be somewhere comfortable. Everybody says hello, hi. He's got the most cutest little nose. I love my bunny. I love my little boon boon. So yeah, I mean, cameras are kind of hard. I mean, it's like getting a web camcorder too. You got to freaking have an application for it. Me riding over all these islands. There's an application for bike and photography. And so I thought, why not? Hi. You know what Chloe said? I should get one of those little backpacks, right? Tie it up in the back of my little crate, my trike, and have him ride with me. Oh yeah, a little Bun Bun riding. But you know what? I don't want Bun Bun out in the open. What if a lion, mountain lion comes up, or a fox? They might think of him as dinner, and I can't see myself losing my son. You know. So, you know, it's really good. So yeah, I got the alarm set for tomorrow. Chloe wants to rent the movie tonight. The Chronicles of Narnia. The Voyage of the Dawn Rider, I think it is. Hi. Well, I'd love to take picture photos of him. Wouldn't that be cool? A little photo thing of Ebeb? Little Boony Boony? Little Boony Boony. Now, Nikon's only difference is their battery's better than the Canon. So yeah, I was looking at that, you know, and Chloe's just like, well, you know, and that's the thing, you need to figure out, you know, the lenses. So I gotta sit down tomorrow and figure out what all the lenses do. You know, and then go from there. Yeah. Hi. What is it, Ebs? You want in your home? You want in your house, Ebony? You want in? Hold on. You want in? Okay. You want in? What? You want in? In? Out? The guy doesn't know what he's thinking about, you know, Gail. Tonight's special. Ebony on the freezer. Not in his cage. Ha ha. Tonight on Miami Vice. Crockett gets the rabbit out of his cage. So yeah, I mean, literally, you know, I wouldn't mind seeing a second stimulus. I wouldn't. You want in? He's funny. Nah, yeah. He is funny, sis. So Chloe says to me, I'd like to get some hamburger. And I go, yeah, like I really need us to get hamburger. And she says, what, just one hamburger? Or no. She's like, why? I'm like, our freezer's full. We got 8 pounds of shrimp in there. And other tasty dishes, you know. Should have seen her earlier. She had a good dinner. She was having some Reese's peanut butter cups. It says, hey, do I get any? And she goes, eh. So the fish market provided us these free ice packs to reuse. It was really cool. He said you can reuse them. So I said, you know what? I'll put that in my freezer, I guess. I thought that was really cool. And the free ice packs. I gave you a chance to be out, but you wanted to be in that little cage. Your brother's out walking around, boo-boo. Mm-hmm. Poppy helps me when my sugar level's low. When my sugar level's low, I usually grab a can of pineapple orange juice. I drink that when my sugar's low. It's healthier than milk. You know. What mirrorless camera there? Lenses are really expensive. No wonder why DSLRs are still popular. I used to have a Pentax. I have a Pentax. Probably it probably doesn't like your sister, or your sister's sugar is low. Well, yeah, I mean, Nikon's the same, but like I said, problem with Nikon is the price. Oh, got an email came in, and the email is. To check my balance on my Direct Express card, and then so I'm gonna rent the third Chronicles of Narnia movie. Amazon loves me. You know, Disney movies are pretty expensive. What's this? So Disney movies are a little expensive, so. So Pee-wee message, she is busy. Her hubby's on a different shift, so she's, drones. That'd be cool to have. Photography backpacks. I saw a nice one the other day. It looked like it was really retro and hip. Look at these. I could get lost looking at these, Backpacks. I mean, look at this. Here we go. Wow. Hey, that's cool. I mean, yeah, sis, I'm doing research for clothing. I wonder how much a tripod costs. What an interesting purchase. Yes, I'm interested in a tripod. What's up, Chloe? I rented the movie for us. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, you got to remember there's two types of cannons. There's point-and-shoot cannons, sis, and DSLRs with interchangeable lenses. The interchangeable lenses would come in handy for many purposes, So, anyways, so I hope everyone has a good night, and that you all have a good night, and I will be doing some research tomorrow in between spreadsheets. One spreadsheet. One spreadsheet I will be doing on. Glad you're out here, Chloe. He wants your attention. Come here.
Hey, I'll kiss him.
He wants you to hold him.
Not going. I'll kiss him. Okay.
Kiss me once and kiss me twice. Bunny. So, like I said, I'll be doing spreadsheets tomorrow. One spreadsheet. I might do some other smaller spreadsheets. And what else are we going to do tomorrow, Bun Bun? Reviews on camera lenses? Yes, we're going to do some research on camera lenses tomorrow. So, you guys can tune in for that while Chloe cleans. And you guys get to see me prepare another batch of lobster tails. And what is it you wanted? Tuna tomorrow? So I'll be making ahi tuna for Chloe tomorrow. And Bun Bun, oh, I heard you squeak. You squeak. You can squeak all you want, little squeaker. Yeah, little squeaky.
After this movie, I'll take a shower.
Okay. So with that said, everyone, like I said, you have a great evening. Please add and subscribe. Please post comments. Please leave feedback, suggestion. Hit the like, subscribe button. So it's funny for your family, including your dogs, your cats, your bunnies, your service dogs. Come here, little fat boy. Your service dogs. Hit the bell notification. It's new content every day. Yeah, everyone. And God bless you and everything you do. And we'll see you tomorrow when we do work, spreadsheets, reviews on camera lenses, and more. Thank you, and God bless you and everything you do. So, can I have a payment now? Yeah. Maybe two.
All right, it is done.